Yene anopai yene Dr. GD Singh yene no Edin Kumoye chairman Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Vet Prakash Elmenche was an investor, and Mr. Mark Dako, a president of Ghana chapter yene omo AD and Komo. And we are talking about the business relationships that exist between Ghana and the Asian continent. Gentlemen, good morning, and thanks so much for joining us.
Very good morning to you.
And I'm hoping you're doing well.
We are all doing good.
I hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
And how's been your stay in Ghana?
I think, let me put it across that I love Africa. That's the reason I have been roaming in Africa. And people know me as an roaming ambassador in Africa. So I think, I really enjoy the hospitality and the way people treat us. Because I think, I have always been instrumental in, making more job opportunities and seeing to it that we do justice for the land. So I am sure that my visit in Ghana is going to be very productive. In fact, from the day we have landed here, it seems that we had a happy day, because we got the smile on the faces, and the people are very, very generous. So I must say that Africa has always welcomed India and Indians, and this partnership is going to be very strong in times to come.
Now, let me start with your host, Mark, so that he walks us through the bigger picture, what the plan is, and how we intend to harness the power of that relationship to build that platform we are talking about. Mark, it's good to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
So share with us what the bigger picture is, what the plan is.
Okay, so Ghana's economy hinges on GDP. Our GDP hinges on foreign direct investments. If you look at it, it's around 6%. And we ask ourselves, who are our GDP partners? The Asian countries have been an integral part of this. If you look at the statistics, you can see Singapore, you can see India, you can see China, that Ghana's economy always receives inflows from these countries. So the Asian African Chamber of Commerce is a transnational chamber of commerce between these two continents. We have over 100 countries that we cover. So our primary goal is to facilitate trade and investment between these two huge continents, ensuring that there'll be inflows of investments. And like you said, it's not only about we exporting our raw materials, but encouraging FDIs, in this case, funds into our economy, technical know-how, human capital, to ensure that our economy becomes stronger and stronger. So we think that at this stage, the Asian continent is a very important ally for us.
Now, the relationship that you seek to build already established with respect to the trade we do with some of these countries, and I must since we're talking about business, India has been there for the world in terms of the production of COVID-19 vaccines.
Yes.
And so in that respect, when such relationships are established, it would take private businessmen like you to even create avenues for us at a time we're in need of vaccines. We could just have easily have brought in vaccines from India using businessmen like yourself. But let's talk about the platform itself. So far, where are we?
So far, the Asian African Chamber of Commerce has ensured that in all the African countries, we will have chapter offices.
Yes.
And the chapter office in Ghana is a very integral part of the Asian African Chamber of Commerce. Last year, December, we had a forum in Accra here, encouraging businessmen to come, and then we'll expose them to the investors within the Asian zone. We believe that your network is your net worth. It's all about putting people together, helping them to identify the right investment and the right project partners for businesses to thrive. So that has been the story so far. We've been doing very well. Our numbers are growing exponentially. We hope to have more people to join our chamber for us to help them properly elevate their businesses. Like you said, after COVID, things are not too stable. I mean, everybody has had a bit of pressure, economically speaking. But we think that now we are all bouncing back from COVID. This is the time to harness the potentials that are within all of us, put people together for businesses to thrive, for our economy to also thrive.
I'd like to add up to that, because I think that, Asian African Chamber of Commerce and Industry has completed 5th year. And the journey so far has been very good, because we have more than around 350 strong board advisory team member from Asia and Africa, and a strong governing council which is to the tune of around 150 people. And in this last 5 years, I think we have signed up MOU with a lot of international chamber of commerce, and together along with our MOU partners, the strength for the membership has grown beyond 300,000 people. So I think this gives a very big platform for trade and commerce. And when you talk about SMEs, it's all that the economic growth of any country is purely dependent upon how the SME gets support. Because when you talk about large scale industries, they have power, they have money, and they have political contacts and connections as well. So they have no problem majorly to deal with the bigger issues. But when you talk about the small type companies and the companies which have no idea, no backbone, that's where Asian African Chamber wants to play a role, and we want to support them, and we want to try and see that they come in, explore the Asia and Africa. And these are the small businessmen which we will take to different countries as part of the delegation. And I think that's the broader aspect of bringing everybody on the table to see that we all grow together.
So what's the general profile like in terms of an Indian businessman looking at Ghana? What's the perception about Ghana like?
Yeah, when you talk about perception, I think the first thing which comes is that we want to do something in Ghana or something in Africa, and then they come as an explorer, and then they try to identify the right kind of opportunities which are available for them to leverage upon. And then I think whenever we say Africa, there are commodities, there is gold, there is mining, and there are minerals. So I think these are the stuff which all the investors or all the business community people are more or less eyeing upon. And I'm sure that in times to come, we will have a lot of FDI, as rightly says by Mr. Mark Darko, that we want to develop a community which can build not just a class, but it can help the mass. And I don't believe in being the game changer alone, when we can be the change makers as well.
Interesting. Now, you recently held a conference with over 300 people, 26 countries participating in this conference. Now, give us a bit about how it went and the focus of that conference.
We were just in Delhi, and we completed and concluded the 4th Asian African Leadership Forum, which happened in New Delhi at India International Center, and which was well attended by over 300 people from 26 different countries and different ethnicity. So it was a mega success, and the best part about the entire event was that we signed a good $200 million investment for Africa. So these are the MOUs which we did, and I'm very proud as a chairman to say that we didn't stop there, because the next day, no, not even the next, the same day, midnight flight, we came to Africa and we started the investments. So look at the energy. So this is how Asian African Chamber is moving ahead. We are not just talking in air, we are there on the ground, and we are trying to see that we prove to the whole world that Asian African Chamber is the place for investments, for trade and commerce in Asia and Africa.
Interesting. So this 200 million you spoke of, how much of it is coming to Ghana?
I think probably we have a very big investor, and he has a lot of group. So when you talk about the group quantum size, so I think they have discussion with me, and they're looking at putting somewhere close to around 30 to 50 million specifically in the West Africa. And when you talk about West Africa, I think Ghana is top priority.
Now, let me then pay attention to Dr. Singh then and ask about this investment and what's driving the investment in Ghana. Doc, so far, I believe he would speak. He would communicate with us in the
Hindi.
in the
In the national
Indian
language,
language,
yes.
and then maybe you may try to translate for us.
Oh yes, I'll do that.
As we go along. So,
Yeah.
what's driving this investment?
सबसे पहले नमस्ते घाना.
He wants to wish all a very good morning.
एंड घाना के लोग बहुत ही अच्छे हैं, काफ़ी कोऑपरेटिव हैं.
All the people in Ghana are very cooperative and they are very nice at heart
एंड फुल ऑफ एनर्जी.
and full of energy.
I heard
So,
that.
so again, नमस्ते घाना फ्रॉम इंडिया. जो इन्वेस्टमेंट की बात है, हम यहाँ पे जब आए तो हमको ये लग रहा है कि घाना एक लैंड ऑफ अपॉर्चुनिटी है. बहुत जगह काफ़ी बिजनेसेस पड़े हुए हैं.
So when I came to Ghana, I think this is a land of opportunity and this land is full of business.
और घाना में जो हम कमोडिटी में इन्वेस्ट करेंगे पहला. दूसरा हम प्लान कर रहे हैं गोल्ड में इन्वेस्ट करने का.
So in Ghana, we are going to invest one in commodity and the second big investment we are planning in gold.
गोल्ड के साथ हम गोल्ड रिफाइनरी में भी जाना चाहेंगे. और साथ ही यहाँ एक जो सबसे बड़ा स्कोप है वो है स्टील मेकिंग.
Along with the gold, we want to start the gold refinery and I think the biggest scope in Ghana is into steel.
अगर हम स्टील में यहाँ पे काम करते हैं तो घाना के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलपमेंट को हम बहुत अच्छा बना सकते हैं.
If we are working in the steel industry, then we can reinforce the infrastructure industry and we can take it to the next level.
और जैसे जैसे फिर हम यहाँ और कुछ बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ मिलेंगी हम उसके साथ फिर आगे बढ़ेंगे.
And as and when there are other business opportunities available in the local market, we will take our hands ahead and we will love to join with the joint ventures, JV partnerships and working together hand in hand with the local partners.
हमारे लिए बिजनेस सिर्फ पैसा कमाना ही नहीं है. हमारे अपनी इंडियन आइडियोलॉजी है वसुधैव कुटुंबकम. इसलिए हम सबके साथ मिलके हम आपके साथ काम करना चाह रहे हैं.
In India, we have an ideology that we have to work along with everyone. So it's like we want to take everyone along with our growth.
All right. Now, let's look at the steel industry he mentioned.
Yeah.
That he says that's the goal we must be targeting. Now, if investments are done in that respect, employment opportunities that are going to
Absolutely.
avail themselves.
You're bang on
What
target.
numbers are we looking at?
I think initially, since we are looking at putting the office, the infrastructure here, Mark Taco and me, we were discussing that at least somewhere close to around 80 to 100 initially, which will grow over a period of 3 years to roughly around 300 to 500. And maybe once we set up the steel plant, who knows, it would be, to the tune of 1,000 maybe.
Interesting. Interesting.
And
Now,
we also have
1 minute.
artisan mining going on.
1
So,
minute.
those miners will also get trained. Yes.
स्टील प्लांट जो हम बात कर रहे हैं वो सिर्फ स्टील प्लांट नहीं होगा. उसके साथ पावर प्लांट भी आएगा. उसके साथ हम कुछ आगे और भी सोचेंगे कि यहाँ पे हमको क्या मिनरल्स मिल रहे हैं कि जो हम उसको ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा अच्छा डेवलप कर सके. तो एम्प्लॉयमेंट का अभी मिनिमम हम सोच के ये चल रहे हैं कि 200-400 तो होगा ही, बट इन फ्यूचर 3 साल के विजन में हो सकता है कि 1,500 से 2,000 लोग हमारे यहाँ काम करें.
He's saying that we are not stopping at looking at 200 or 300 employment. It can go up to 3,000 to 4,000 as well over a period of 3 years, because we will not just be putting a steel plant, it will also be having a power plant along. And so the employability will be more, and there will be a lot of other people joining hands with us, because it's a collaborative partnership. It's not something that a one person show. So it has to be with a group, and with his support, I'm sure that we are going to bring in some very good foreign direct investments to Ghana.
interesting. So these projects taking off, timelines, what are the times we are playing with?
I think, Mark, we discussed this yesterday, right? So the moment we start, I think, let's say a couple of months, And I think for the initial due diligence which is going on the ground, I think once that is done, probably in the month of June you will find us again with a bang. So I am quite hopeful that by the mid of June or July, things should move on.
Yeah, to add to what Dr. Singh said, this is foreign direct investment, and they are not coming to invest and be exposed alone. So what we intend doing is to partner with local people, people who have expertise in these specific areas. So that's the area he's talking about, due diligence. We want to partner with the right people. So people who have some technical expertise, people who have knowledge of the legal framework of doing business in Ghana, for instance, should be partners. So we are not, personally, my expectation is not to only bring FDI where they are the sole beneficiaries, but by extension, Ghanaians should be partners. So I'm looking around to find the right partners and then introduce. Due diligence will be done and the partnerships will start.
Interesting point you make there, because that's where I was going to go to. But if you made that point, let me ask about the bureaucracies in the acquisition of permits and licenses and documentation to start such business. How difficult or easy has it been for you as a platform?
I think you're better judged to answer this.
Exactly. We are comparing. It is true that in Ghana there is some bureaucracy, but comparatively within the African zone, the ease of doing business in Ghana is higher. So that's why Ghana was the first place that they flew into to start these investments. And we are here because we are here. We'll be able to help them open doors, facilitate that for the right people to be contacted for things to start.
Interesting. If you just join us, you're welcome to the conversation. We have about 3-4 minutes before the conversation comes to an end. It's about us, especially with the havoc that COVID-19 has wreaked on the world and Ghana for that matter, and how we can resuscitate the economy. And the resuscitation of the economy would be the industrialization drive, and that's where they come in. The plans far advanced to ensure that we have industries in this country that can not only export, but export refined products out of this country to our trading partners. Now, I'll take wrap-up comments before we end our conversation. Doc, what would be your final comments to businessmen out there who have interest in doing business and yet don't know how to approach it?
I would say that, look, we with warm hands would like to welcome you all to join the platform. So Mr. Mark Darko is playing a vital role in terms of driving the membership in Ghana. So I would request all the viewers, whoever would like to participate and build a strong economy and build a strong nation, I think we want you all to come and join this biggest network for trade and commerce.
All right, Mark.
Okay. So what I always say is this: Ghana always exports wealth and imports money. We have the wealth, we have the natural resources. He mentioned gold. Beyond that, we all know that other natural resources that God has blessed us with. All we need at this stage are development partners, partners like them, investment partners who come partner us at the chamber level, bring funds. We've always been complaining about capital to start business. Now the chamber has been able to identify strategic investors, investors like Mr. Ved Prakash and others who will be coming. So all we are saying is that our doors are open. Businessmen who want to let their businesses move a step further should be part of this chamber. We'll recommend them to these investment partners that we have who have capital to partner them to do. We cannot do it all alone. I can't be a partner to all the businesses that are happening. So all I'm doing now is to invite people who have specific interest and specific expertise in areas within the economy to come and be part of our chamber for us to introduce them to these investors for their businesses to start if they haven't started yet, if they're already in operations, for the businesses to be even more enhanced.
Interesting. If some corporate entities are interested in coming to you, where would they find you in terms of physical location and then maybe contact number or social media handles?
Very good. So you can find the Asian African Chamber of Commerce Ghana chapter at Movenpick. We are on the 9th floor, Emporium Building. You can find us there. Our contact numbers will be displayed. I am sure you tell them. But when you Google us, you find us. You can call us. We have a website. You can go there, and I can give my personal number. If that's fine.
I wouldn't advise that.
That's fine.
That's
okay.
how they advise.
That's okay. So we can always invite all of you. Visit us in our office at Movenpick.
We'll do that. And then let me pick the final words from Mr. Prakash. The experience so far and what Ghanaians must look forward to.
जब हम घाना आए, जैसे हमको घाना के लोगों ने वेलकम किया, जितने स्मूथ वो हैं वैसे ही वेलकम शायद यहाँ की ब्यूरोक्रेसी और यहाँ के जितने भी फॉर्मेलिटीज़ हैं वो लोग इतना ही स्मूथ करके देंगे ऑपरेशन, हमारे लिए बहुत आसान हो जाएगा.
As soon as I arrived in Ghana, the way I was welcomed from the immigration till the hotel, I expect the same welcome from the bureaucrats, and if that happens, it'll make my life easier and simpler to do business.
Well, I will thank you for joining me this morning. Like Mark said, we would find time to pay you a visit to find out how business is doing, so that if as a platform there's any way we can also help to push your agenda, would also help. But I'm grateful that you joined us this morning. I was struggling to find the Indian word for thank you, but
Dhanyawad.
Dhanyawad, I saw it, but how to pronounce it in Indian was becoming a bit of a challenge for me. So Dhanyawad.
Thank you.
Dhanyawad.
Thank you so much.
Right.
It was really indeed our pleasure and honor to be part of this morning show. You have a very good voice, and you have a very good sense of understanding for business. So I believe that Ghana will really move ahead, and we are going to see a very soon very big economic change. So let's hope and pray for the best for Ghanaians.
Thank you so much. And you've been hearing from Dr. Singh, who is the chairman, AsianAfrican Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Mark Mdako, who is President Ghana chapter, and Mr. Vet Prakash, who is an investor, who joined me this morning for us to have this conversation.
Thank you.